As far as I've heard from scriptures, from saints, from sages, from rishis, at the end of our life, whatever our religion may be, whether we think that we stand in front of the pearly gates with, a manifestation of the divine, whether we think about it in terms of reincarnation, whether we think about it in terms of moksha, oneness, however we think about it, I've never heard anyone say, there's going to be a test, and it's a vocabulary test. There's going to be a test, and it's a philosophy test. A, B, or C. Fill in the blank. A is awareness, B is consciousness, right? So I don't actually think that any of us is ever going to have to take a test on this. The test that we have to take is every day of our lives, as well, of course, as after we die, on how we lived. What did we experience in our minds and our hearts? What did we share? This is the sort of test that gets taken. And so for me, when I think about consciousness, I think about it as that which exists in the universe as the universe. You can think about it as presence that is aware of itself. So consciousness, to me, again, this is not a dictionary definition, to me, when I think about consciousness in my life, I think about that ability that I have when I close my eyes, but then also hopefully when I've got my eyes open, of being aware of my state of awareness. So awareness is, I am aware that my throat is dry. I am aware that there is a glass of water next to me. I'm aware that I have just picked up this glass of water. I'm aware of how the water tastes on my lips. I am aware of how it feels going down my throat. You could call it mindfulness. When we practice mindful living, mindful eating, mindful walking, it's really about that. Can I be fully aware of the way that the muscles in my hands feel, of the way that the warmth of the glass feels beneath my fingers? This is awareness. I'm fully present in the moment. I'm not thinking about, God, I wonder what's for dinner. I'm not thinking about the last time I drank water. I'm not thinking about, oh my God, if I drink the water, I'm going to have to go to the bathroom and I've still got, a half an hour left. What's going to happen? None of that. Just fully aware. With this moment, this presence, the way the body is, the way the breath is, the way the muscles are, the way the skin feels, the way that, just that full mindfulness. And there's a whole meditative practice around mindfulness, just being aware, in which literally you take, 20 minutes to eat a raisin or a grape, just to be fully aware of every aspect of that. And it trains the mind. Because if I can be fully aware, fully present, then even drinking water becomes a meditative experience. Okay? So for me, that is awareness. I am fully aware in the moment. I am fully aware of your presence in the moment. And I'm fully aware of this connection in the moment. That's a reminder, a reconnection, a reunion, you could say. Consciousness. Consciousness for me is a step deeper. Consciousness is, I am aware of the part of me who's aware that I'm drinking water. Consciousness is, I am so awake that I am able to be aware of the awareness. See, awareness is engaged. A practice of awareness is an engaged practice. My attention, my focus, it's on my awareness. Consciousness for me is that which pervades me, whether I'm aware or not. So I might be in the midst of a complete stress, panic, tension, freaking out moment. I am so not present, yelling at somebody, doing whatever it may be. Absolutely unaware. My awareness has gone to sleep. But consciousness still exists. I'm just not tapped into it. Awareness for me is something we create. I am able to create awareness by putting my attention and my focus onto something. I can become fully aware of it. Consciousness exists regardless of whether I'm plugged into it or not. And so when we speak about being conscious, yes, it includes awareness, because I have to use that power of awareness to say, I am now going to pull my awareness from what's happening in the stock market, from this, from that, from here, into consciousness. I'm going to become aware of being aware. That's my path into consciousness. Who is it that's aware that I'm aware? What is that? Awareness is a practice. You could call it my mind. My mind can practice awareness. I can train my mind to be aware. That's why we call it mindfulness practice. But who's aware that I'm aware right now? For me, that's consciousness. That whether I'm aware right now or not aware right now, consciousness is there. Consciousness is conscious that at the moment I have completely lost myself. Consciousness is conscious that I'm throwing a temper tantrum, having a panic attack, freaking out, totally unpresent in the moment, or that I am aware. So connecting with consciousness is a way of connecting with. To me, I use it sometimes synonymously with soul, with spirit. It's that which always exists. We just have to tap into it. It's always been there. But most of us just are not aware of it, are not conscious of it. So when we speak about becoming conscious, it's not just being aware. It's deeper than that. It's much more in the sense of the soul, the spirit, the truth of who I am. That which exists all the time. Even when my awareness has been hijacked by the guy on the road who doesn't know how to drive and who's going to make me late.